Hi everyone, Flaming Footy here and welcome back to another video on the channel. And today guys, we are going to be continuing our big match reviews. Big round reviews, sorry. So today we're going to be reviewing all of round 5. So we're about to get into that. Before we go ahead and do so, I have a little bit of an announcement to make. This is our 500th video on the channel. So this is extremely happy. I'm extremely happy with how well we've gone. Video number 500, which is extremely crazy. But yeah, video number 500 is exciting. So let's make video 500 a good one, and let's make this one a good one. So today we are going to be reviewing all of round 5. We're going to be spending about a minute on each game as per usual. So let's not waste any time. Let's go ahead, get right into things. So, on Thursday night of round 5 at 7:05, we had the Lions and the Pies clashing up at the Gabba, and Brisbane won 15-8, 98-14-7, 91. Now, Brisbane were in control for most of this contest. They led at every break except for quarter time. The Pies looked good early. They had a slight 2-goal head start on the Lions, and then the Lions had a big second quarter to bring it back, and momentum never went the Pies' way again. They did come close, but not close enough in the end, going down by 7 points. Here are some of the stat leaders. But it was a really good game for the Pies, as I said in my match, in my 3-game match review on this game. Sometimes a mini win, can just be getting close to a good team at their home ground. That's exactly what the Pies did, and they were good. They played well, so that was a real positive for the Pies. So now we start the Good Friday footy action. North Melbourne 11-5-71 defeated by Western Bulldogs 21-13, 139. Doggies winning by 68. Now again, this game was quite a boring one. The Dogs, they got out to pretty much a 50-point head start, 6-51 at the first break. The Roos, they kicked 5 goals in a row in that second term to try and make a game of it, but again the Dogs, they were just too strong, and they walked away with an easy win in the end, with no real competitiveness from North Melbourne. Again, North Melbourne did try, and sometimes you need to try and limit oppositions. Now, 68-point loss is definitely better than 128, but the Bulldogs, they just had days out. Pretty much most of them did, and it was an easy win for the Western Bulldogs. After their form lately has been questionable, but that was a really good win and a really strong win for them. And the Roos, just a disappointing performance. Now on to the Good Friday night footy. West Coast 9-4-58 to Sydney 18-13, 121. They win by 63. So Sydney, they were going red hot for the entirety of the game, except in that third quarter where they only put on 1 goal too. But other than that, they were really good. Really boring games of footy on the Good Friday, to be completely honest. Really exciting games if you're a Sydney or Western Bulldogs fan, but if you're North Melbourne or West Coast, these games are ones that you would have hated to have seen. And you can see that West Coast, no score at quarter time. That's horrible. And Sydney did make plenty of turnovers. But again, it was just a really easy and simple win for them. And they walk away big winners. And that just extended their winning margin. They were just way too good. The Swans are really strong. They're in some red hot form. Same with the Dogs. Both those teams strong. They're in some really good form. And they can smash oppositions. Just a pretty boring game. And before I go, here is the stat leaders from the game. So we'll just quickly go through them. And now we'll move on to the next game. So the next game is at Marvel Stadium. St Kilda 13-9-87 defeat Gold Coast 9-7-61. Again, the Saints, they're looking really good this year, actually. I feel like they're in some really good touch, really fine touch, really good form. They're currently sitting, I think, top 4 or 5th or something like that on the ladder. They are ready to explode, this team. And definitely, I feel like 8 could possibly be a real potential. They've started off the season 4-1. Disappointing loss to the Pies in round 1. They could easily be 5-0 with their form, and they got the Giants. Now, you can see for the Suns, they were coming off of a good win against the Blues. Didn't manage to back it up. But it was at Marvel. The Saints are so strong there. And you can see the Suns led for a little bit in the first and second term, but from the half-time break, you could just see the Saints, they just led for the entirety of the contest. And they blew it out in that final term to get out to a pretty comfortable win. There are some stat leaders. Yeah, they blew it out in the final term to get a 26-point win over the Suns. Now we are off to the Adelaide Oval for when the Crows clashed with the Tigers. Adelaide 15-11, 101 to Richmond's 12-10, 82. And this was a fantastic contest as well. The Tigers, they were always in it, but the Crows just proved to be the better team. The Tigers, they led in the first quarter, but the Crows, they just were up by 1 goal in that first term. Second term was all Crows. Third term, I'm going to give that term to the Tigers. They really pushed hard to come back in front, and they went back in front by a point or two. And then again, it was... And then the Crows, they just got off on their merry way and went on to win. This was a really good performance for the Crows. That they do play well at the Adelaide Oval. They could be definitely like 3-2 instead of 2-3 with their close matches. But again, they've been looking good there this year and in some fine touch, especially when they come to the Adelaide Oval. 1 point loss against the Dockers, 4-point win over the Power, and then now a 19-point win over the Tigers. There are some stat leaders. But yeah, the Crows are just a better team. And I wouldn't start panicking if I was the Tigers, but they are very good at the MCG traditionally. So, yeah, I would say that's probably why they lost. They weren't at the MCG. But the Crows, they were just too good at the Adelaide Oval. Now we go to Saturday night action for the Demons and the Giants at the MCG. And the Demons 19-620 defeat the Giants 7-11-53. Now, there is some problems going on at the Giants, and they are emerging. They've got the Saints coming up in round 6. That's a massive clash. I feel like that really does decide where they sit as a team. And the Demons, they are rocking 5-0. And everyone would have expected them to be at that spot as well. And you can just see, the Giants, they were inaccurate in a way as well. But again, if they were accurate, they still wouldn't have won this game. The Demons, they were just too good. And that third term, they banged on 10 goals. 10 goals, which was really, really, really critical. And that's how they won the game. You can go from having a close 10, 20-point game to blowing it out to 80 or 60 or 70. And that staircase right there, that's when the game got away from the Giants, and it was just uncontrollable from there, and game over. There are some stat leaders from that game, but again, it was just... The Demons are just so good. They are the hardest team to beat in the competition, and by far the best. They've been dominating over the last 2 years now, and they're looking really good. They've got a really good team going. Now we go on to the Sunday action for Carlton versus Port Adelaide at the MCG. Carlton 14-10-94 to Port Adelaide 13-3-91. Now Port Adelaide were down by 50 points at one stage in this game, and they almost produced a miracle to come back and win it. Cole Amon's shot at goal just missed. It didn't have the legs, and Wiedering, I'm pretty sure that was who it was, thumped it through from behind, and the Blues get the job done. Now, by the Blues, they get 2 goals in the final 2 terms. They gave this game up. They should have been able to have held that lead. It was a disappointing second half for the Blues. Their first half was fantastic. If you play 4 quarters like this, 12 goals, you can get 24 goals, and there's a winning total. But for the Blues, the thing is just that, yeah, if you can play 4 quarters like that, you'll be really hard to beat. They just let the Power come back, though, and the Power, they definitely took that opportunity, and they almost stole it from them, and what a steal it would have been had that happened. And here are just some stat leaders from that game, but yeah, I just feel like the Blues, they were definitely the better team in this contest, and definitely, in my eyes, deserved to win by way more than what they ended up winning by. Alright, so here we go now. Marvel Stadium, Essendon 8-11-59 to the Essendon 8-11-59 to the Dockers 16-11-107. The Dockers were just way too good in this contest, and the Bombers, they held it for the first 2 terms. They held it. They stayed. They competed. They fought. They held the margin at pretty much under a goal for the entire first half. And the Dockers just way too good in that third and final term. The third quarter and the fourth quarter, they just obliterated. And they've been good. Against the Giants, they did this same thing where the Giants, they held the game for pretty much 4 quarters. And in that fourth term, they just let the Dockers build up a big lead, which in the end proved costly. And same for the Bombers. But yeah, the Dockers, they've been looking really good. I've been liking the explosiveness. They've been doing a good job with it. Matt Taberner, 7 goals. And here are just some of the other stat leaders as well. But it was just a fantastic game for the Dockers, and they really showed that they want to be in the mix for finals this year. And the performance like that, they could definitely be in the mix. Now it is time to go to Easter Monday for the Hawks taking on the Cats. Hawthorn 14-8-90 to defeat the Cats 11-14-80. So this game was a up and down contest. Hawthorn leading for the majority, and they get the job done. They got out to a really big lead in that first quarter. Second quarter was again relatively even up and down, but the Cats, they did come back late in the term to get a few more goals. So they came back. Hawthorn got 4, the Cats got 5. So again, a relatively even term. The Hawks got 3. Bad in maths. The Hawks got 3, the Cats got 5. But again, relatively even. Third term was all Cats. They really obliterated. They got those goals going. And then final term, the Hawks, they just played too well. The Cats got 4 behinds. So a goalless term for the Cats. And the Hawks managed to win. Another Easter Monday Classic. And there are some of your stat leads, but it was a good game. The Hawks just proving the better team, winning 92-80. And that's really big for the Hawks. They want to be back in the mix of teams to talk about, and they've most certainly done that. So a quick recap of the round. Brisbane defeated Collingwood 98-91. North Melbourne lost to the Bulldogs 71-139. The Swans got over the Eagles 58-121. The Saints defeated the Suns 87-61. The Crows got over the Tigers 101-82. The Demons got over the Giants 120-53. Carlton defeated Port Adelaide 94-91. The Bombers got defeated by Dockers 59-107. And the Hawks defeat the Cats 92-80. So that's round number 5. Now, of course, at the time of recording this, round number 6 is the round that we are in. Giants, Saints, Bulldogs, Crows, Port Adelaide versus the Eagles. Freo, Carlton, Kangaroos, Cats, Suns, Lions, Tigers and D's, Hawks, Swans and Pies and Bombers. Big matchups in round 6. We will really get a good seeing. And round number 7 is just as crucial, but I'm just going to really quickly go through that now as well. But round number 7 is also pretty crucial. The ladder, as it stands, I'll just run you through that real quick. Not going to say anything just because you guys can have a little look on your own about the ladder. But it's really interesting. It's really shaping up to be quite an interesting year ladder-wise and all that as well. And I feel like definitely we can really start to see where some teams are at after these next few rounds. So there is our 500 video done and dusted on the channel. That was a good video. I feel like that was a good video. Good 500 video on the channel, and we are really growing as a YouTube community as well. I want to hint on that. We're doing fantastically as well. We're growing really well, which I'm really happy about that. So if you're not subscribed, make sure to hit that red subscribe button down below. But anyway, thank you guys all so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so then you guys will never miss another video on the channel. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Bye everyone. Flaming Footy out.